So may you remain blessed, and I love you guys. Yeah, I said, all right, I think we'll be taking our closing prayer.
There's people who need property. Everybody lift up.
Hey, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry, very sorry for what just happened. Okay, yeah, I think we had a little interruption from the Zoom app actually. So I believe you can all hear me. Yeah, thank for as many of you that kept on waiting, and also those that will be joining very soon. Actually, this live stream is supposed to just be a 30 minutes live stream. Okay, so I think from the previous video we actually had about 14 minutes. So I'll try my best to see how to speed up what we have for today. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, but I think actually I wouldn't say the devil, because most times we have a way of actually scolding the devil well before we didn't make the proper preparation. Okay, so as the topic says today, the video you were just watching, I guess was the video of one of my books, or two of my books rather, that we are launched in my nation in Nigeria 2016. Okay, so today quickly I was talking about letting every one of you for making it to the second half of the year. Yeah, because most times people think living or being alive is by their power, is by the kind of food they eat, by the way they are very careful. No, is by the mercies of God, and that's why we are not consumed. Okay, so if you don't have any reason to thank God yet, okay, maybe you angry that the first quarter of the year didn't work out well the way you planned, or things you scheduled didn't work out well, then I want to welcome you to another new year quarter, another second half of the year that you need to thank God. At least a lot of them died, okay, but you're still alive. Okay, so today we are looking at a continuation of what we had like dimensions of love, but in today's time of love, I will be making a little references and talking to us about what is called PDA. Do you know what is PDA? Do you know what is your PDA? Or what is your concept about PDA, and what do you think is PDA good? Actually, most times PDA could be what people know it for is a public display of affection, and then sometimes people also categorize it to be private display of affection. But to this night, from my end, I will be talking to us on public display of affection. Now, how do you cherish public display of affection, and what when you're dating with someone? That is why it's good to know your friend. It's good to know who you're dating with, because most times when you don't know who you're dating with, you might not be able to know how to follow the person. You might not be able to know how to actually. You might not really know when you're doing things that are wrong or things that are offensive. Okay, and this is the reason why I always start by saying it is good to relate with your friend, or it is good to go into a relationship with your friend. Okay, when you have to go into a relationship, I'm not saying that you cannot just go into a relationship with anybody. I'm talking about a relationship that leads to marriage. Okay, so I'm not saying you can't just date with anybody. You can actually date with anybody, but when it comes to the point of going into a relationship that you guys are preparing something for the future, okay, you have to move along with someone that at least you should be able to communicate. See, I've seen a lot of persons in a relationship and they don't communicate. Communication is the life wire of every relationship. Just as blood is the life wire of an entity, so is communication. So you can't just tell me that you're in a relationship and you don't communicate. No, you're not in a relationship. No, you are not in a relationship. Maybe you're in one situationship, or maybe you're in one entanglement, or you are in one parasitic zone, or maybe you are in a soccer ship. Okay, so but before then, now we are looking at three kinds of love. What are the three kinds of love? Remember the other previous time I talked to us about dimensions of love. We talked about one of the dimensions of love is passion. We talked about one of the dimensions of love is sacrifice, commitment. Okay, now tonight I'll be very quick and sharp. Okay, so before we continue, please for the sake of we just try to share this video, tell your person most welcome by me, but yeah, okay, I might not see by names, but I'm seeing the viewers, and God bless you all. Okay, now there are three kinds of love I want to talk about tonight. Remember that when you want to get into a relationship, there are categories of kind of men. We have the men we call the gardeners, we have the men we call the hunters, we have the scavengers, and then we have the vultures. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about that. Is a topic for another day. Okay, and then we have also women that we call the parasitic women. We have the women that we call the homophobic women. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll be using all of some parallel things, but if I have ample time, I'll be able to explain. And then we have the women that are supportive women, and then we have the women that are goal-driven, oriented, vision women. Okay, so that's that part of it. So there are three kinds of love in every relationship. Now, there is a love kind that we call the if. It's called the conditional love kind. If conditional love kind. For those that did English, whenever you use the word if, you're talking about condition. It means condition is attached. So there are people that love people. There are people in a relationship. They love you because okay, guys, so welcome on board. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So, wherever you're watching us from, wherever you'll be hopefully viewing us from, it's once a pleasure to come you on board. So, currently we have, I think we have Mr. Igo Maria still on board. Some persons came up and probably they are struggling with a network, or maybe the network is having an issue. So if you can hear me, whether on YouTube, whether on Facebook, personal profile, or the fan page, or on the link in. So once again, I welcome you. Mr. Prosper Maria, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Prosper, can you hear me? Oh, I think Mr. Prosper is also struggling with his network. No, my audio is on. My audio is not muted. So if you're on Facebook, or if you're on Facebook and you can hear me, please give a signal. Okay, so Mr. Prosper, I think I just confirmed my audio is okay. I think it's from your end. Okay, and so quickly, this is made for, or it's mainly for the fan. Okay, so if you're one of the followers and lovers of Sound Relationship and Leadership Digest on the fan page, please, I encourage you to join the fan page on Facebook, or my personal profile, or LinkedIn, that is Job Samuel Chibisi, Job Samuel Chibisi, or Job Samuel Second, or Job Samuel Chibisi, or you can join on YouTube as well as Job Samuel Chibisi. So why others are struggling to come on board, we've started. So quickly, tonight is going to be very brief and quite introductory. Okay, so if you have a question that will be asked, and then we so okay. So we are on. Those asking if we are, yes, we've started. So just please join. I'm also trying to share the live streaming that's ongoing on Facebook. I'm trying to share it on the various WhatsApp groups, so I can also enable you to invite someone as well to join. So if you have any question, be free to ask your question. Be free to also make your contributions. So tonight, in a few minutes, just a second, and then we'll kick off. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, so the first link, for those that might be confused, this first link is actually meant for those that wants to join me here on our stream. We are supposed to use Zoom, but something came up. And then the last one I just sent now is mainly for those that want to join on Facebook or yeah, on Facebook fan page or on uh, my personal profile. Uh, okay, so let's make sure everything is working, and then we shall dive in, and that will be a go. Mm. Okay, so quickly tonight, as the topic says, know your man. We're going to be knowing our men today. Okay, so I want to encourage sisters more. I want to encourage the ladies to actually participate, because this is also for ladies. It's going to be an eye opener. And of course, anytime people say that I like opening the, I like bringing men to the forefront. No, not that I like bringing men to the forefront, but what is good is good. Knowledge is power, right? So many times we have lots of men going to a lot of problems, but lost time and many much time, it is the ladies that actually suffer more. So know your man, know your man, know your man. So some person asking, Sam, why are you bringing this topic, know your man? Is it that I don't know my man that will be in a relationship with? Is it that I don't even know the kind of a man I want? No. So once again, Mr. Apostle, can you hear me? So signify if you can hear me. So know your mind here is totally different from what you might be thinking. Okay, so that is one of the grace that God is helping us to be there. So first, knowing your mind here, I want to introduce to you that uh, not all male is a man, and not all man is a male. Okay, can I say that again? So in relationship that so get your pen, get your paper. Not all male are men, and not all men are male. And I can prove that, but we are not in that angle to prove today. But when you deduce that, you understand that now we live in a generation, because I speak to stratas of spheres of lives where lots of people will be watching me and viewing me from all over the world. So although that watch the video later, I don't mean anyhow. I don't mean to insult your pedigree, your knowledge. Okay, but everything I do is on biblical standards. So Bible created male and female, and male and female He created them. All right. So there is a man and there is a woman, and there are different skeletal systems that make up man and woman, right? So we're not going to dive into that angle. So whatever gender you belong to, it's either you are a man or you are a male. Every other thing is just engineering, which does not hold. Okay, that's just an introduction. So if I say not all male are men and not all men are male, I can also say that not all male or man, or I can say not all male is a man and not all man is a male. Okay, but I can also like to say that not all men are husband, or not all men are head. There are many heads that are not men, right? Okay, so that's just to bring you up a little. That leads us to tonight's topic that says know your man. You will be in a relationship for quite a long time, and you'll be having lots and lots of issues. Many times, the challenge we have in a relationship is not because there is one Satan, there is one demon, there is one territorial, strategic, dimensional power that is fighting us. Many times because we fail to understand the distinction between the various men that comes to our life. Okay, in one of the videos, maybe I think last year, actually today I'm actually speaking to you from Nigeria, Port Harcourt precisely. I think then in Romania or US, I talked about four categories of men. When I say we have the hunter, we have the gardener, we have the scavenger, and we have the. And then I promised to make a video for the women when I said we have women who are parasitic women, we have the symbiotic women, we have the mutualistic women, and we have the phagocytes. Okay, and that's why if you dive in a phagocyte, you can call the consumer. So there are ladies that come into your life, they are just consumers. They are always to take, 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 take. They never bring anything to the table. They never bring value to the table. And when we say bring something to the table, many times is not money, is not sex. As many people today, remember, a relationship, the proof of relationship is not sex. If sex was to be the proof of relationship, every prostitute on the road, in the streets, in their houses would have been in love, right? I've also said that money is not the proof of relationship. The reason because what drives the man you're chasing after now is temporary, is monumental, is momentary. But what you should look after and take with cancer, what you should look out for the man as a lady is not what the man is driving, but is what is driving the man, that is vision and purpose. So in as much as today we have a generation of the 21st century that is after what the man is driving rather than what drives the man. And that's why we have a lot of issues going on today, right? So tonight, what kind of man do you have? Know your man. So today is not going to be hunter, it's not going to be gender, it's not going to be what makes your man to behave the way he is? Is it really a man? So categorically, this topic was supposed to be know your male. Okay, but there was a little angle that came up that I wanted to dive into know your male. And someone said, if you say know your male, a lot of people can focus a lady to be their male, which is actually true. Okay, so I have to say know your man. Now, there are four, from my little research, there are four kinds of men that comes into a lady's life for a relationship. Okay, so number one is okay. I put them in a quadrant according to Robert Kiyosaki's study. In you read the book of the Rich Dad and the Poor Dad, when he made 4 quadrants. So I decided to make my own 4 quadrants. So you can title my own 4 quadrant Psalms 4 categories of men, or Psalms 4 kinds of men with the acronym. Okay, I wish I could just be writing something here. Okay, with the acronym that stands with P, M, B, and R. I'll take that again. So there are 4 categories of men that comes into your life as a lady. The first one is P. Okay? The first quadrant is P. The second quadrant is M. The third quadrant is R. And the fourth quadrant is B. So what does P stand for? So there are men that we call players. There are men we call players. So the table is going to start, it's going to start shaking down, and then we'll start breaking again on board Africa, West Africa. Comment if you have issues, drop them on the chat box, whether on the comment sections on different platforms, and I will be able to have a compact, and then I can be able to address your questions. Okay, so very, very important. So I said there are 4 kinds of men that comes into our life, especially for the young ladies. So the young guests tonight. So young ladies, are you ready? So the number 1 is the P. The number 1 is the P. Okay, the P there stands for player. The P there stands for player. So there are many players that comes to our lives. Okay, in relationship, there are many players to our life as a young girl. So many times, this generation today is not looking for the other categories of men, but they are looking for the player P. And many times because they don't know the difference between P, M, and R, or B. So they fall victim of this thing. Okay, so they fall victims of these stops. Okay, so the first one there, as I rightly said, is P. Who is a player? How do I identify a player? Okay, not very simple, but there are some categories you can actually, there are some symptoms, there are some pointers that are there, some indicators that can actually tell you who a player is, okay, or how you can easily, not quite easily, but how you can carefully and selectively identify a player. Okay, so the first one, as I say, important of the 4 men is P. One way to know a P, who is a player, is that guy who, comes with lots and lots of package. I mean, artificial package. Now, a player is that guy that comes to make you feel him, that comes to vibrate, that comes with attitude and mentality of engulfment, of taking you from your house to his bed, or taking you from his house from your house to the club, or taking you from, okay, that is who a player is. Now, one major symptom to know a player is that a player always appears cool. You cannot never catch a player unprepared. So they are always prepared. A player is always prepared. Why? Because he has to make a systematic, careful calculation with high level of intention to making sure that it does not fall. I mean, it does not, make you have a second thought. A player is that appears many times. He must appear with too much. You know what I mean? Too much. It must be green up with the cap. Must be green shirt. Must be green pants or green trousers. Must be green shoe. In fact, it must be green socks. Alongside certain time go with a green bag. Okay, so that is who a player is. Okay, a player is someone who is always, it can be appearing like this to 5 years at the same time, and let's say 5 years, and at the same time committed to these 5 years. Okay, that is who a player is. So a player is always ready to take advantage of you. Certain times a player can be very deceptive because he might appear to, give attention to all those things you think is giving you attention without intention. Now, alongside, he might appear to, beat one to the best hand you have, the best guy you have, the best friend. Some of you call it bestie, some of you call it buddy, some of you call it my mancho, some of you call it different things. That is where a player is. So a player always comes to play. Of course, for the player, he comes to play. So he's ready to stay 10 years, 5 years, 12 years with you. And remember, as I'm talking to your man, it was some of them was vice versa. Also ladies that are players. So with that, I think the next edition will know your woman. So maybe you're in a relationship and you'll be seeing this kind of symptom. There's no time you catch your guy, unkept, from head to toe, all this packaging, and many times nothing is coming out. That is who the player is. Okay. At this point, let me introduce to us Mr. Prosper. Mr. Prosper, if you can hear me, I think your network seems to be fluctuating. But if you can hear me, I would like you to guess it because you'll soon be talking on who the man is, and then we'll not talk of the woman. But let me take on to the next quadrant. The next quadrant is the B quadrant. So the next man is who we call boy or bomb boy. So many persons are in a relationship with a man. Now, who is still a boy? He's a man, but he's not yet a man. He's still a boy. He's a man, but he has a low mentality of a boy. He's a man, but he reasons like a boy. He's 24 years old. He's 30 years old. He's 40, 45, 50, 60. But he still reasons like what? A boy. So how do you know who a boy in your quadrant as a man? So maybe you're in a relationship. I welcome all of you that I'm seeing on board, wherever platform you're watching us from. This is Mr. Sam Relationship and Leadership Digest. So I've thought about 4 quadrants of men that comes into your relationship, into your life as a young girl. So one of them I said is a player. The first one is P, which is a player. And I've told us the characteristics of a player. I wouldn't want to go back there. So the second one is a boy. Okay, the boy, or we call it bomb boy over here in Nigeria or Africa, bomb boy. A boy is that man, irrespective of the age, who still goes to make his decision based on the conclusion made from his family or from his parents, or especially from his mother. There's what we call daddy issue and mommy issue. So many guys are very close to their mom. So because we are quite close to our mom, lots of time, every guy who is a boy or who exhibits the boy nature is that kind of a man or a guy who goes, before he buys something for the fiancé, before he buys something for the girlfriend, before he buys something for the wife, he goes to seek counsel. He goes to seek permission from the mother. So it goes that he say, Mom, my lady will be signing out from school. What do I get for her? So if the mother say get her a pamper, he will get a pamper. If the mother say get her a noodle, he will get her a noodle. So that guy, that man who is in your life, who is in that relationship, but does not take decision of his own. He has not made up his mind. He doesn't have the way to making decision of his own. He cannot stand firmly on his decision. That kind of a man is who we call a boy or a bomb boy. Many times, a boy, how do you know a boy? A boy is the one that make you a promise today and goes back to say, let me speak with my mom. And after speaking with his or her mom, that person changes his mind. That's a boy. A boy is the one that tells you, okay, I know you're passing through a lot at this moment, but myself, I'm also passing through a lot. Okay, with that first consoling the lady without first, trying to take his place as head. That's why I started by saying that not all male are men, and not all man is a head. Of course, that tells you that not all man is a husband. Okay, because husband man means someone that has the courage, that has the capacity to take both emotional, both spiritual, both physically, both financial responsibility and authority over his or her family. Okay, so if you're still in a relationship, where your guy, before he does anything for you, he goes to consult his family, he goes to consult his siblings. I mean, more. I'm not saying that there is something wrong consulting family, but that comes more in some critical stage. But as a man, which we'll be looking at a man and a woman, you should be able to take a drastic decision, a stand-firm decision, and a decision that you know that despite the consequences, whether it's going to be negative or positive, you can be accountable for that. So that is a man, that is a boy, and that is a player. Okay, so let me hear from Mr. Posfa. So Mr. Posfa is an IT guru, is a wonderful guy, and is an academician. So he loves academics, and he's also partly a politician these days. Okay, so Mr. Poswa, we're looking at know your man. So what comes to your mind among the four quadrants that I've just mentioned: the P, the M, the B, and the R. So the P is a player, the B is a boy, and the M is a man, and then the R is a woman. So I want to throw a little light on a player and a boy. How can ladies know who a player is? Okay, so if you're a lady and you wish to join us here, you can also send me a message or a comment, and I will pair you up here if you want to talk. Okay, yeah, over to you, Mr. Prosper. Hello, Mr. Prosper, over to you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, if you're having problem with your audio, I think you can log out and then log in again. Hello, Mr. Prosper. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes, yes, over to you. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Right, I'm fine and clear. I can hear you. Yes, sir, I can hear you. Yes,
okay,
I can hear
you
you.
can hear me. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
I can continue.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Because I can't hear you.
Go ahead, go
Can you hear
ahead.
me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. So a little bit about who a player is, who a boy is, and who a man is. A player is somebody that is not really serious. So you can use to say who a player is. So it could be somebody that is not faithful. That is the general one people understand by player. But in another one, I want to explain is someone who is not serious. Um, Somebody actually said something like, if you are a sister and you see somebody hanging around your life, ask them, please, what's up? What are you looking for? What is your end goal? So that even the scripture says there are those that will not enter into heaven, neither will they allow others enter into heaven. Because somebody can be hanging around your life and people, maybe two of you are in a relationship, and maybe somebody, and they will, I just assume that you are in a relationship. A player is someone that a relationship defined. Is a player. There's no serious undertone to his relationship. So one of the ways you can actually avoid players are you have to be definite with what you want. Don't come with people who says, okay, let's be in a relationship. Um, if we may end up marrying and this and that. No. From the onset, the relationship should be defined. This is where this thing is going to end, not let's see how it goes. No, those are players. Now, the next thing is the boy. So, boy is someone who is serious. So, he has moved past the player stage. He's serious, but his actions does not make him a man. Even the scripture says that for this cause shall a man leave his father's house and join himself with a woman. It is a girl. And like our host said there's going to be another show for the women. So a man is someone who has passed the stage of the boy. So when we say man, it's not a issue of age. Neither is it a position of financial status. No. When we say someone is a man, we're talking about how a person responds to issues, how a person handles issues. We're talking about responsibility. So that is when we say somebody is actually a man. If the person cannot, like our who says, cannot take a decision and bear the consequence himself, he's not a man. Now, real men, we're not going to say men don't take counsel from people, but if the person cannot of his own take counsel of himself and say this is the direction I'm heading, he has to consult. He is someone that is like mommy's boy. You're going to have issues. So a boy is someone who is not mature intellectually, someone who can have mood swings and cannot handle his temperament. Any little thing he has flared up, any little thing is bringing ego. No, I'm a man. Why are you going to tell me this and that? Such a person is not. You know, boys from how they handle things. So how they handle independence. Now, a man is handle those things. Like somebody defined who a man is. Said there is for afternoon, and then end there is for night. Morning handle is afternoon, handle is evening. People who have grown in stature, they have actually define direction, and they can be people that are waiting for this, people that can take initiative and say, so those are the people we actually call a man. So when you can bear consequence, that's all.
Wow. That is great.
Continue.
Okay. Awesome. That was great. So That was great. You heard Mr. Prosper Igomaria trying to explain and give us a very powerful, very strategic definitions, and also trying to let you know one very important thing he said, which is very, very important, is that the issue of masculinity, the issue of a man here, is not about a position of financial capacity. That tells you that you might be with someone who is in a relationship with you, and that person, so sorry, sir, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry. Someone said he can't hear. So sorry. Maybe you could use headset. Okay. So you can be in a relationship. Also, why are we talking about know your mind? Because many times the problem you have, until you go to the foundation of your relationship problem, you might not be able to provide solution. And many times what you fight with your guy is not even because your guy is seeing another lady. It's because he has not moved on the disposition of being a player or being a boy or even being an ordinary man to becoming a real man. Okay, remember, most of this I'm saying we are talking about here is to shift thought, because for us and for me, I believe that the essence and the purpose of every relationship is to metamorphose from friendship to relationship to courtship, then to marriage. So if you're in a relationship, I mean emotion, I'm not talking of, there are different kind of relationship, but I'm talking of emotional relationship that its focus is male and female for the angle should be centered on marriage. So why do you come to waste your life with a player? I mean, why do you want to, like Mr. Prosper rightly said, a player is that guy that comes without a definite purpose and without a definite definition. And I also tell you that there are 4 P's that makes up relationship. What is the purpose of that relationship? What is the passion between both of you? And what are your pursuits? That is what makes up relationship. So a player is, overemphasize on that, a boy is not a function of just is a man. No, he can be a man, but he's still a boy. He can be 25-year-old, can still reason like a 1-year-old child. That is a boy. Okay, now let's go to a man. Who is a man? Because some people will be getting confused. Why is he talking about a man and a real man? Yeah, there is a difference between a man and a real man. A man is that boy that have outgrown the playerhood, that have outgrown the boyhood. Okay, he doesn't take decisions from his family, from his mother's, okay, but now he's that kind of person, is that mayhead that many times when he takes the decisions and there's negative consequences, he throw them back to the lady. Yeah, you know yourself. So as I'm speaking now, I don't need to be a prophet. I don't need to be a native doctor to diagnose this one for you. There are some of you young ladies that I just wish someone somewhere can share this video to somebody that just need help. You are in a relationship, and many times you are only good with this man when things are going good or when things are going well. If things go wrong, then you find yourself being pushed to the wall. You find yourself being pushed to the wall. Okay, and when things go wrong, you find yourself being blamed. Okay, so that kind of a person that you're in a relationship with, that whenever things are not going right, not going the way you guys planned it, he begins to pour all ashes of blame on you. He's a man, he's not yet a woman. Okay, because a real man is that kind of a man who understands the nature of the woman in his life, who knows that he is going to be the head or is the head, who knows that he has a role, a responsibility is laid upon him to play. A real man is that one that knows that, okay, my lady might not be perfect, even if she makes mistake, even if I scold her, I should still call her back and correct her and bring her back to the place I want her to be. Because every relationship is supposed to build you, it's supposed to make you better, it's supposed to create more capacity in you. If you're in a relationship and you're not going, then you are in a scavenge ship, or you're in a situationship, or you're in an entanglement. Okay, so a real man is that man who knows his responsibility, as Mr. Prosper said, in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening. Okay, a real man is that man who, whenever he takes a decision, no matter the outcome of that decision, he stands with you. Okay, he stands with you. He does not blame you when it's wrong and then take glory when it's good. That is not a real man. Okay, so a man, an ordinary man, is that man that you find everywhere. Okay, as Bible says, that a man shall leave his father and his mother and shall cleave to a wife, not cleave to a boy, a girl, rather. Okay, so a man can make mistakes. Okay, a man can say things and regret his statement. A man can say, I love you in the morning, and in the afternoon, he say, I do not love you again. A man can say, I love you in the afternoon, but because you didn't prepare his food in the evening, he say, I don't love you again. That is a man. A real man is someone who loves you in the morning, who loves you in the afternoon, who loves you in the evening. A real man is that man who, when he goes to his family and they are fighting against you, he will not fight them, but he will stand a ground for you. A real man is that man who is always ready to showcase you to people that matters in his life. A real man is that man who takes decision and stands upon his decisions. Okay, so today just an introduction. So how do you know again a real man? You or a man? You know a man when things are going on. Okay, you know a man when things are going on in that relationship, because it's not every time that financial status will be okay. It's not every time that health status will be okay. It's not every time that good news will flash in. So there are times that things will go wrong. That is when you know a real man against a man, because a man at that point, especially a man who have not been regenerated, who doesn't know God. Okay, that is also why you must understand the foundation of every relationship you are entering. Okay, many people today are having problems in their relationship because they went to pick a man up from other places and wants to put the man in the gardens and must follow the precepts that God's relationship. Okay, so that you don't sink inside the ship. Okay, so I believe I've said one of two things. Once again, today we are looking at know your man. Okay, know your man. We look at there are four quadrants that make up man. So there is the P, which is a player. Okay, the ones that play all around can have thousands of ladies, anchoring with them, and he's anchoring the ship. There is a boy who have moved from being a player to just ordinary boy. He wants to become something, but he takes decision from people before he does anything. He doesn't own consequences. He doesn't understand the place of value of system of consequences. So that is a boy. So he's still with mindset of a child, yet is a financial piece of intelligence or an piece of area of discipline. And then we look at who a man is. The ordinary man is that one who, when things go wrong, he blames the lady and many other characteristics. And then a real man is that man that every young lady wants to deal with. So before I say conclusions, I want to bring up Mr. Prosper again to say one or two things to us. So Mr. Prosper, what can be your counsel for ladies that are in a relationship who wants to know and who have known the status of their relationship today and who have known the kind of man that they are into? What would be your counsel to them?
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems that I don't understand the question well. You said, because we are talking about four kinds of men: the player, the boy, the man, and then the real man. So what was your question all about?
Okay, so the question is, what can be your counsel now that many young ladies who are in a relationship have actually diagnosed and seen that there are four men that can be in their life? Okay, so what is your counsel to these young ladies out there?
I think, what we have actually put forward is the different kind of men.
Yeah.
Like somebody's said something. Somebody sang a song. I think it's in the word, but it has a meaning. He
Yeah.
said, "If you want to be a leader, everybody wants to be a leader. To be a
Okay.
leader is not a day job." So he says, uh, um, "You should work towards it." So these things have been laid before us. One of the things, if you look at it in relation to uh, our parents, uh, please give me 20 seconds. Let me turn on my light.
Okay. Okay. Guys. Okay, so while we are waiting for Mr. Prosper, so if you are just joining us again, I welcome you on board to Some Relationship and Leadership Digest. We are looking at the topic that say know your man, and we established that there are four quadrants of men in life in every relationship. Is P. The second one is B. The third one is M, and the last one is R. The P is player, the boy or the bomb boy, the man, and the real man. So Mr. Prosper is on the question of a counsel and advice to the young girls what to do if you find yourself in the other three quadrants, not the real man. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so if you find yourself in that um, place, we have to know um, what is the. So I will want to believe that it is uh, you've not yet consolidated your filings in respect to the laws of the country, the church settings. So if you find yourself in where you are, and there's still a chance that you can trace your step, and like somebody will say, break their own heart. This is not somebody breaking their hearts, and they need to break relationships. You know, when a heartbreak is when somebody calls off a relationship, they're like
Yeah.
all off the relationship. So you have to break your heart and then say, no, no, this is not what I actually want. Because in any domain, um, even let's in the days of our fathers, they had something called a brochure, or maybe they call it a jam brochure.
Yes.
Go through some schools, the courses they offer, and maybe you get to meet one or two persons on ground. You just take it what they tell you, right? But we are in an age where there is the internet, where there is aggregation, hear from different people, their experiences, and know how to come to a decision. These things our parents did not have it. Many of our parents who married, they didn't know what is called relationship seminar. They didn't know what is called the relationship book,
Yeah.
and they just married. Uh, some of them were even forced into marriage by their parents and all that. Or maybe parents had a good relationship with another parent. Should marry my son, and that's how they ended. But now we are in a different place. Can take choices, and one of the things that a person makes is the quality of information that they have. So it is information makes choice, and it is choice that gives consequences.
Mm. Mm.
Once you understand where you are, you want to take the right decision, but you can pull out. And one of the things is after a conversation like this, you want to do a reassessment. Like in business, they call it SWOT
Sort of
analysis,
sort of
uh,
that.
weakness, opportunities, and then threats.
Right. Yeah.
Is on your relationship. Now, or who is a player, who is a man, and then we're talking about the remake. Now, there are some we will not take. Will not take. Someone like we may not take him. Like a player will take him off, right? Then because we didn't talk about the boy, the player, his direction is not defined. So there's no direction.
Yeah.
So you're not. So it's not someone that is you can even relate with when it comes to things. Is neither here, neither there. So his latitude and is off. Now you want to look and or a player. If it's not is it if it's a ball, things that I can sit with him, I can make him, or is he a man? So can I of a real man? So if you look at these things, it's not something that is now that does not mean we don't manage things, right? You would do a score in an exam. Somebody from 0 to 100 is scoring 80, somebody is scoring 100. So you want to ask yourself, can I take somebody of 80, 90? It's hard. I don't want to say it's impossible. You are willing. Um, so because don't take people things and say the issue of marriage, don't love. Like someone will say, the scripture says, love your wife as Christ loved ability. Love, you see, before marriage, love is an emotion.
Yeah.
After marriage, you are commanded to love your wife. Somebody telling you that you should love your wife, and I know is that you must love your wife. So yourself into. So that's what I can say for now.
Okay, okay, powerful. Thank you once again, Mr. Apostle Igomale. It's quite interesting. Just our network is trying to affect us tonight, but we are all done for now. So tonight was just introduction. Okay, so next edition we're gonna be having Know Your Woman. Okay, I believe I will have one or two ladies around as well. So those of us that joined us earlier stage on this platform could only carry 10 persons, so we couldn't access a lot of persons, and then they went off one or two reasons. And those on different platforms, whether you're watching from LinkedIn, you're watching from Facebook group, or the fan page, or my personal profile, or you're watching from YouTube, I want to say a very big thank you. So today was just introduction. We shall be ending and drawing the curtain close for today, and then we'll hopefully believe that before the second week of October, we shall be having the edition for the ladies, Know Your Woman. Okay, and then with time we'll have a collaborative as where we'll make proper identification of what to really believe and know about both sex and what we need to do to better our relationship. Now, just a little counsel I will give alongside what my friend and my brother have given is that no relationship is actually perfect. Now, you might be in a state because the essence of sound relationship and leadership digest is not to scatter relationship. But why we have cancers like this, your certain relationships that are not supposed to be that you're not supposed to be found with, you're not supposed to integrate yourself with, you're not supposed to socialize yourself with, we automatically leave you because my friend said that when you gather more information, it has a way of helping you to make proper decisions, and those decisions may have a negative or positive consequences. Some of the consequences you will need tonight to reassess yourself is to ask yourself some questions. What is it that I've been doing in this relationship that I need to stop doing? Probably that is not good. Okay, what kind of men have I been accepting into my life just based on situation, decisions that I need to stop? More, less, and stop or start. So some of you need to stop finding yourself and stop being with a player and a boy. Some of you need to also, start looking for a real man by looking for a real God. And then some of you need to also stop finding yourself in the place of player because of what you want to get. Some of you as ladies, you are in the state of a player because you want a guy that will give you everything now. And many women don't come giving you everything. A real man is a man who is vision. He's planning his life. He's planning for both of you. But many ladies want that guy who has 10,000 naira and wants to spend the 10,000 naira. A real man can never spend all the 10,000 naira. The real man esteem man, body.com. So, and our next time we're going to hear a lot of things, and God bless you, mightily. I love you all. Thank you, Mr. Prosper, and God bless you for joining us. And thank you, Chisom, that joined me this day, Mr. Afine, and I think I saw two other persons. God bless you. And over there on our social media platform, I want to say thank you for following. I love you. Share this video. It can help someone. Okay, it can help someone. Many principality we think that affects our relationship is not principality, it's lack of principle. So when you fail to obey principle, you will meet principality that will distort your relationship. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So do have a wonderful night wherever you're watching us from, or if you're in another country, do have a wonderful time and enjoy your summer. For those in Europe and Western nations and Nigeria, let's enjoy. Africa, enjoy your evening. God bless you.